So, in this season, I need you to be careful whose advice you take. There are people who may say they love you, but care nothing about your well being, who will tell you the wrong thing to do and then watch it explode in your life or implode your life and then look at you crazy. Like, oh man, you should have done that. I don't know why you did that. What? I listened to you. There are people who are, as they say, who misery loves company. I don't feel like it's a valid excuse because in all the years that I took a lot of things from people because of my lack of self worth, I never wanted my friend to do the same. So I didn't want them to join in my misery. I wasn't giving bad advice because I hoped that they would suffer like I do. There's also people who are purely interested in an aesthetic, whether it's family, friends, relationships, and so they don't care what happens to you. I heard a clip from Married to Medicine, I believe, and basically the whole thing just illustrated how entitled the doctor's oldest son was to her money, and how her husband, completely supported the son, and how she's the breadwinner, but some people referred back to some years ago when she left that home, left all three of them, the boys and the father, and had a separate home, and how she flourished and how she was happy. But then they also talked about how her friends manipulated and gaslit her into going back to the home. Now, they don't have to deal with the consequences. I don't even know if they're still friends now, but there are people who will set you up to lose everything, to be drained of everything you have worked hard for. Please be careful and have discernment on who you listen to. There are people who have you go back to places, people, and situations that almost broke you. They'll say it's because they're family. They say because it's your marriage. They'll say it's because, oh, we've always been friends. Okay, this is no longer healthy for me. And I'm coming to you and I'm telling you what bothers me. And you're telling me I should keep taking it. Now, there's something to be said for wisdom and advice that helps you see things differently. But there are people who don't care about you. They're okay with you doing things they would never. I had a friend um, who I was very close to when I was engaged. And we have been friends for 20 some years at this point, right? And the advice that she gave me was really bad advice. It was. And in the end, she realized that. I was telling her I didn't feel comfortable giving, my fiance this money that he wanted and, this help that he wanted. I had always been raised the traditional way of you don't help a man because he'll resent you for it and then he'll go take care of somebody else. Those was literally the words from my grandmother. But she brought up a scriptural point that as my brother, I should still help him if I can, do what's in my power. And she had a valid point. And so I listened to her. But we didn't know this man's heart, what he was capable of, what his family would be in support of him doing to me. So basically, it exploded my life. This friend took me in, let me live rent free for a period of time so I could get back on my feet. This friend also paid off my wedding dress so that I didn't have to look at that bill ever again. She, some years later, I was going for an apartment and this had affected my credit. And I was devastated because I'm like, here it is. I didn't even marry this man and it's still affecting me. Right? She paid for my deposit. You see, she didn't have to do that. She could have said, Like some of my other friends, that's horrible. I can't believe she did that. She should have done that. Who had originally told me that I should do more than I did. You have people who talk behind your back. But this friend not only said sorry for how I misguided you, she took actions to make my life okay. Now, not everybody can do that, but people who genuinely love you when they know they have told you the wrong thing to do, they will apologize for that. At the bare minimum, they will be there for you through the struggles, through the aftermath of where they led you to. Because we don't go and talk to people about relationships, friendships, or familyships that we don't trust. So you are a trusted confidant, a trusted advisor. And you're wrong. I've given wrong advice. There's some situations that we just don't know. Even the person talking to us doesn't know the full story of what's happening on the other side of that person, right? So we can give bad advice, but how we react to it is what matters. And it's also what shows you who cares about you. So I need you to do that in this season. Focus on how and who you're getting advice from. Do not follow everybody's lead. Do not trust people who you have a history with, who say they love you. Really look at the kind of person they are. That's it. That's all.